tell me what happened.
Okay, so I would say about a month ago, I came down with COVID after having been in transit in Amsterdam airport. And 2 days after I got home, I got COVID, and it was 3 days was pretty rough. 2 days I felt, fourth and fifth day I felt great, and then the next 5 days I felt awful.
Okay, and then what you found out after that was
I got bronchitis.
Yeah.
So it's been a long haul. I think 2.5 weeks, really.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling pretty decent now, but I still have some residual cough.
So, and just maybe energy was one thing that you talked about.
Oh, energy, yeah, was really low.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm Kara from the Bridging Institute, the founder, and our guest today is Inger. And I thought that her story would make a really great example and a fairly simple example for how we can help you after you've been sick. Because just being sick, especially respiratory stuff, you just get all crunched up and not really realizing that. And if there's coughing, a lot of coughing, it just leaves you so that your shoulders are often tight, upper body's tight, core just doesn't move as easily. And so just to kind of re-expand, like support and allow that to get back to normal. But what we're going to do, because I don't want to make any assumptions, is we're going to just really quickly check everything. What I'm guessing we're going to find is like tightness up at her shoulders, but we'll keep an open mind and see. Okay. So, you ready?
Yes.
So just stand, and I'm just going to check how you move from the shoulders down to the, whoa. Okay, that's a little too much, but that might be a foot and ankle thing. We'll see. That would not be affected by the bronchitis.
Okay.
Okay, sit down. And I'd like to also because I'm curious about shoulders, I'm just going to see how wings are working. So what's interesting, this one works really easily, and this one, don't move it, let me move it. It doesn't.
Yeah, I see that.
So the right side's a little tighter than the left, and then just gliding forward and back, that one's super easy, and it's not bad, but it's different. It's kind of winging out to the side, so there's just something going on with that shoulder. You get to lay down on your back, and we're just going to check everything. And so I'm just going to do a quick check on legs. Let me do it. Always the helpers.
Okay.
Everybody wants to help. Okay, so legs actually pretty good. And arms, a different thing that I'm checking then. So that's all right. And then I want to see if stretchiness connect. Okay, that does not stretch. So how the muscles from the core and the arm work together, if I pull out to the side, I ought to feel like a bungee cord or rubber band sensation. It's just stuck. So let's see what the other one is doing. And, okay, so this arm. Okay, to start with, your arm does not come up to horizontal to your shoulder, and it doesn't want to move very easily, and it is not going. It feels like it's a nail driven into a piece of wood. I mean, it's just solid. Okay, I'm going to grab an arm and a leg. Let's see how your whole side is moving. Okay, it's not. So when I teach, I have a rule with my students. It's like if it's too heavy, you don't lift it. It's not anything to do with your weight. It's how is your leg and your core connecting together. And believe it or not, from a diaphragm, which would be impacted with breathing and congestion, there's an interconnection to the lumbar spine, to the hip flexor, which is part of what will help lift a leg. And so maybe the middle needs to chill and get back to normal. Might be working too hard when it's having you cough. Let's see about this one. So, oh my gosh, it's like they're glued in place. So they turn, but I can't lift them. So even though you said your energy and your activity is kind of starting to get back to normal, there's a whole level of easy that you're missing.
That could be.
Yeah. It's like you were out of it for long enough that you kind of forgot what that feels like. All right. Because of what happened, let's go back and check. I'm just going to put this in the middle, and I want to sense what is going on with her breathing. So I'm giving her a really broad support in the middle, and I want to feel what's going on with her diaphragm because this amplifies the motion. And it's starting to feel more and more. So I think the support here is actually helping your chest relax. All the muscles on the ribs have to relax. They were coughing also. I should be able to get some big movement going back and forth. Like I'm rolling cookie dough that's nice and easy instead of just come out of the refrigerator and it feels like it's still a little chill. So we're just gonna do some little rocking motions and just sort of help all these little muscles, everybody wake up and there we go. Feel how that moves better?
I do.
Yeah. So I would actually bet just getting this to calm down and relax is going to let your legs, so now I can lift more easily. Yeah, both of them. They're still a little on the heavy side, but we'll come back to that. I am going to use a smaller support here. Same idea, but now I'm going to let your arm come into play. Again, it's supporting the diaphragm from the outside, the level that it's working at. And there. I'm going to come to the shoulder and support the ribs at the top of the shoulder. And there. So that's moving easier. Let's see if we have some of that stretchiness back. That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens on the right side. I have a feeling this one's not going to be so easy. So same idea. Just going to hold under your arm and I'm going to come a little bit more along the side where your ribs are and add some movement. Some of the layers between the muscles and the pleural space, the lungs, the ribs, all of that get all irritated and kind of glued together when we are sick with a respiratory virus. There, her arm is starting to move. And so sometimes what we find is we just need to support the whole ball of wax, the whole side of the chest, and get everything in this whole upper area moving a little bit better. So a little jiggly. And there. Sometimes I'll do this with you laying on your side, and we'll just put a peanut on the front and a peanut on the back and call it a sandwich and get everything moving from front and back. But there, your arm it can come up and down more easily.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a little stretchiness to it. There just should be a little bit more to that. So I'm just going to hold here a little bit more.
Yeah, that felt a little tighter.
There. Okay, and let's see about this. Oh, that's much better. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's see how that's doing with your legs. Oh. No problem at all. Wow.
Yep, that worked.
2 fingers. Okay, so let's see if I can roll you toward me. But I can pick up your leg. Actually, I'm going to put this down and let's see. So that could be a little bit easier. And let's see about the other side. There. A lot of times we use this movement that we call bug to check to make sure that everything is all centered, but we can also use it with a little bit of rocking to kind of even things out. And that was the good side. So let's see how this, much better. Okay, now I want to see if arms match in the shoulders. So if I lift up her shoulder, it lifts up with. How about it? Yay. And then I want to see if your head moves. Side to side, and it turns, and forward and back. Whoop, doesn't go backwards so easily. So we're going to try another little trick. So again, I'm going to come back to supporting here, and it's how the diaphragm ends up coordinating with the head, and there. So you're going to start to sit up, hopefully.
Okay.
So don't be surprised. Boom. Okay. Your ab muscles checked back in. Did you feel them?
I did.
Okay. So I'm going to do that one more time just to make sure that it's really solid. So I'm supporting the diaphragm, but what I'm hoping, or what I'm helping is it's the bridge concept, supporting the middle so that the ab muscles and then the muscles with the head just automatically coordinate. And that was super easy. And wow, okay, you're going to feel so much lighter.
Oh my gosh. Yay.
So let's go back and check your head. Yeah, so now it's moving forward and back. Yay. So sit on up. Let's see how all that arm motion is doing now. So this one, easy. Actually, I'm going to come on the other side so it's a more equal comparison for people who are watching. And, okay, so here we are. You're ready to take off. And then easily forward and back. So you can row your boat again.
Yes, that's terrific.
Okay, and I didn't check this before because they were just sort of tight, but they just easily...
Yeah.
So if you need to wash your windows...
Yes, always.
Yes. Okay, so let's see how you're moving when you're sitting. And it should just be a whole lot easier. Yeah. You're bouncy and flowy now. Which, whoa, okay, that might be a little too much.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold your head a little bit. So if you think about when we're coughing, there's sometimes more head movement than in the chest. So I'm just trying to rock back and forth from the middle and then match how your head is moving with that. Here. Okay. Now her head is moving in sync with her instead of doing its own thing. And then Inger, stand up.
Okay.
So we're perfect. And just gonna go from side to side. So what's interesting, you have much better control.
Yes, I do.
Because before you move, but it was like wild.
I know. I know.
So
My balance has been off too.
So just by getting her core more checked in and able to support her, it actually helps, helps counterbalance some of the movement ability that she's got in her feet and ankles. Sit for a sec. Let me just recap. So Inger had bronchitis and just been really out of it for a few weeks. And so what we found is that probably her diaphragm got really stressed. It's this huge muscle that connects the upper body and the lower body and the core. By supporting that let her legs, the connection to her legs relax, and they're able to move more easily. Let the arm connections relax, move more easily, and then her ribs could move more easily. And then we matched up how the abs and the kind of neck head muscles coordinate so that she's got all this nice flow and core control happening again. Mm-hmm. Yay. Yeah. So she should be breathing more deeply, and which should allow her to sleep more easily as well. So you'll notice that in the next day or two. Mm. So great example of what bridging is, creating the support to allow the muscles to work together again. Also, great example of the other part of bridging was where we're doing a problem solving to figure out which parts are not moving and transitioning so easily, and then putting that back together again. If you like this episode, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you would like to be a guest like Inger, if you've been sick and want to see if we can help you, let me know. And if you're a little camera shy and you'd rather just come in for an appointment on your own, we're in the northern suburbs of Chicago, so you can find information on the website and schedule. And also, if you're a professional, we teach the bridging technique and love to have you in one of our workshops that are coming up. That information is also on our website. So thank you, Inger.
Thank you. It's great.